Hey guys, welcome to the stream tonight. I'm having a little trouble with my internet connection. I've been having a little trouble with it for the last few days, and they did some stuff yesterday, and I'm still having trouble with it. So I don't know if you guys can. Okay, I think I'm on. We had a little trouble. I've been having trouble with my internet connection this week. And when I post what we're going to talk about tonight, or a couple of days ago, yesterday or earlier today, it didn't get posted because the internet was turning off and on or something. I don't know. So they're supposed to have fixed that yesterday, but apparently it's still a problem. So when I first came on, it wasn't showing my picture in there, so no one could see what I was doing. So we're running a little late because of that. But it looks like that we are up and rolling now. So we're just gonna keep going because that's what we do. Welcome to the stream tonight, Advocates for Justice Paralegal School. We provide the tools, you do the work. I'm Coach Neighbors, and we're gonna just get right into it tonight. We had a team member who filed the eliminate property tax lawsuit package, and now I don't know all the specifics. And they contacted me, and I get this often. People will contact me, and they'll say, "Well, Coach, I did everything, and they dismissed it. So what do I do now?" Well, that's not exactly what he said. So I'm overstretching it a little because he's been in the group for a while, and I'm sure he was a little maxed out. And so his question was, I want to make sure, I'm checking to make sure that I didn't miss any steps along the way. So, my question to him, and I didn't want to put him off. And at the time, it takes me a while to think about different things. So at the time, my question to him was, he needed to, refer back to the instructional video. I often tell people to refer back to the instructional video because that's where all the steps are. I don't really, I made those packages a long time ago. I made those videos a long time ago. And I don't remember everything right off the top of my head, each little step. So if you call me on the phone and and I say, oh, well, and I miss a step, then, then you say, well, you told me, well, no. So that's why I tell you guys to refer to the instructional video to make sure that you're following the steps. Now, with that said, we're going to talk about this tonight. Yeah, Edith, we're going to talk about this tonight. So, to first off, to get started, you guys, I know, I'm sure that you guys didn't think the judge was going to disagree and go along with everything. So, because they're all on the same page. And what we're learning is that we have to defend ourselves in court, even if you're the plaintiff. So the judge dismissed this guy's limited property tax. The federal judge, I'm assuming, as I understand it, dismissed the guy's limited property tax lawsuit package, and it didn't really give him, as my understanding, didn't really give him a solid reason why, other than it was frivolous, and it was dismissed with prejudice, which is crazy because you can't. The judge has no authority to dismiss a case with prejudice for administrative issues. That's like saying I don't want you filing that no more because it's pissing me off. Well, it probably was, but nonetheless. So when judges tell you that stuff, you just have to go look at it this way. If you do what the judge is saying, you might as well just kiss your, well, you know how that, I know, you know how that saying goes. So the best way to do the opposite. And the judge tells you not to file it again or dismiss it with prejudice. That doesn't mean anything to you. People lose sight of the fact that those rules and stuff the judge is trying to make you follow are for attorneys and bar members. They're not for their local rules. They're not from the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, nor are they from the Constitution. So those are the only place that have the rules that you should be following. So we're going to go over a couple of strategies tonight, and you probably are going to remember them because we've been over them before. But we're going to go over a couple of strategies tonight, and they're pretty much apply across the board for the illegal legal situation that's going on. And so in this process, in my program, you're going to learn how to work the process, and that's what we're doing. Learn how to work the process. Now, I don't offer any guarantees. What I'll tell you, actually I do. My guarantee is you'll have opportunity to fight. That's my guarantee. At the end of the day, the stuff I put together should win hands down if it wasn't for the fraud and all the stuff and the lies and the judge helping them and them all helping each other and all of that. And we're learning some different strategies that we need to take care of those things. And there's also some activity in my sister's case that I thought maybe we talk about, but I don't think we're going to get to that. And I was going to touch on some on the strategies you need to take care of the non-judicial foreclosure. I think I mentioned that in the little thing I sent out, but I don't think we're going to have time for all of that because I think this subject is going to take up this subject is going to take up a lot of our time, and rightly so. And that's the beauty behind our program here, is that we are going to go over things that are causing a problem or that are not working or that we need to change. And this is the same thing that we did in the Facebook group. We learned from the Facebook group how to do things, and we communicate back and forth. Now, I still have people contacting me wanting to get in the Facebook group, or people who feel like they should automatically be added in the Facebook group just because they bought a package. Those videos that you're watching that are talking about that are from 2.5 years ago. Now I have over 600 people in the Facebook group, and I can't keep up with new people in the Facebook group. So the way this is going to go, if you're interested, is you will have to friend me on Facebook and message me your question. At some point, when I get too busy to get everybody's stuff, if that's the case, then you can ask me a question in my page or whatever, so everybody can see it. So I'm answering the same question for more than one person, and that's kind of how you want to have it set up so that as many people as possible can have a chance to get the question that they need to have answered. So that's how we do that. Now, the other option is you can email me, but that's a kind of slower option because I don't check my emails all the time. Some people text message me, and that's fine in the evening time when I'm in my office and sitting at the computer. I don't mind text messaging people because I'm using my laptop or whatever instead of my phone. But if I'm not at my computer, I'm not going to respond to your text message pretty much, especially if it's real long because my hands are too big, and that takes a lot of time. And when I'm all done, it does not say what it said in my head. I'm just saying. But before we get rolling, I want you guys to please subscribe so that you get notifications when it's time to rock and roll. Hit the like button to let YouTube know that I'm bringing fire to the table. And leave a comment. And least but not last, share my videos on social media so other people can see the options that we have here. Now, let's just get right into it. And I'm just going to say this. The judge should never get the last say. The judge should never have the last say. Not in our program. Oh, wait. Let me be a little more clear. The judge should never have the last word unless you're threatened with civil contempt of court if you speak again. So there you go. Yeah, Yaz, yeah. So, and Yaz is the one that's in this situation right now. So we're going to talk about it and see what we can come up with, and then like next week we'll all kind of put our heads together again, and see if we can. Because at the end of the day, we're all going to be using this solution at some point in time, and that's the beauty of our program. And the eliminate property tax package, most of the time, well, what I can tell you is that when attorneys get backed in the corner, they force people to sign a non-disclosure statement so they don't tell people that they got their butt kicked. And I have people that were like, "No, I refuse to do that." I'm like, "Dude, that's crazy because your number one goal should be to stay in your house, not to be able to give me a really cool review or whatever or whatever." So in a lot of cases, people can't talk to me after they go through this process, and then it's pretty obvious that attorneys have worked out something. So what I do know is that I spent a lot of time on the information in the package. So the package, it has what you need to show the fraud that's taking place, and they're violating the Constitution. The way their property tax is not collected a portion like it, so everybody's paying no, and they raise it and lower it. If your place looks nice, they're going to raise your taxes again. So no, they're not doing it by the Constitution. So if you understand what you have in the package, then it'd be really easy to in my mind. I don't know. If you understand the fire that's in the package and the fact that there's no law that forces you to register your property in their office, and because it's registered in their office is how they're able to start the property tax problem, and that's how they're able to start their original illegal lien against your house, which is the mortgage lien. When you sign the mortgage lien, the fact that they accepted your signature on the mortgage lien proves you owned it already, or they wouldn't have been able to accept your signature on it because you would not be the property owner. So, I'm just saying. So The judge should never have the last word unless you've been threatened to shut the hell up, or they're going to hold you in contempt of court. And the process that we've been teaching you guys how to do is the same process that you're going to be doing here. I'm just saying it's not complicated. People will tell me, oh, well, I did all the steps. Well, that was the steps for what they were doing over there. And now this judge is doing something else over here. We got some more steps. I don't know. Okay, so I like to keep it simple. Whoever is signing to help them or get in the way, it needs to be, needs to be addressed. So, you're welcome, buddy. We're doing the best we can do with what we got to work with. Well, everybody's case is fraud on the court. God knows I don't use the word fraud very much because that's what they're doing, and they structured the system. So to prove what they're doing, they made it very complicated. Welcome, we got a new member from someplace. Welcome, Lynn. So they structured the system that they want us to walk through. And like I said in one of my press streams, if I structure the system for you to follow when you think I'm not doing you right, I'm going to make sure when you get to the end of that you're not in a position to kick my ass. I'm just saying. So I don't talk about fraud because when you mention fraud in court, then you have to prove 7 different things, and you have to connect all those things to all this stuff, and it just don't make any sense. So in a lot of cases, the judge can't go outside anymore, and a lot of cases, judges don't go outside anymore. They have to just can't go outside. And I want to know if anybody can guess why the judge can't go outside. So if anybody can guess why I'm thinking the judge can't go outside in my head, then I'm going to hook you up with something special. And you guys remind me when I get to the end to let you guys know if nobody guesses, or I'll see who gets closest to what I'm thinking in my head about why I just can't go outside. So remind me later if I forget. So let's get on to the judge. So the judge is, in my mind, nobody. I mean, everybody thinks the judge is all that. That's the thinking that bar members have and attorneys have, and you have to stand up and all of that. And I don't, I stand up when they come into court because if they're about to tell me, well, you don't want to be too disrespectful, but your honor and all of that, no. I usually call them by the last name. They're supposed to follow the Constitution. And the judge is just a person, and we'll talk about, we'll wait and let a few guesses come in. I'll already said because he can't. Well, he can. They do all the time. Unless you raise a big enough stink about it. So if you understand that eliminating lawsuit package, you'll be able to respond to the judge. You should always, anytime a judge rules something, you should always object. Everybody thinks that what the judge said is the end of the road, and that's the final. Like, no. You always want to object. You object, and I had one person tell me, oh, well, objecting and demanding reconsideration is the same thing. Well, it's not in my book. Because when you object, you're objecting. When you demand reconsideration, you're reopening up that case for another judgment from a different judge. So that's why I do that. We object, and then we demand reconsideration. You want to line yourself up to appeal on the facts that you're going to, that you're asking, because the judges help cover up these facts that you're saying, you're just going to tie it right in there nice and nice and tidy-whitey together, and sue the judge. That's basically what. Well, first I'd recuse the judge and see if they bring another judge, because that's how you want to be a pain in the butt for the judge. In my sister's case, the judge told her to stop. The federal judge, when she moved the attorney's state foreclosure case over to federal court, the federal judge told her to stop filing things in the case, to stay the filing of things in the case until the federal judge made a decision on whether or not federal court had jurisdiction, because the attorneys raised some good arguments. Well, the state court attorneys didn't argue that the state case was terminated already, and they are still arguing and trying to move forward with terminating the case. They didn't argue none of that. Yeah, the case was terminated. So the judge is going to help the attorneys. If you've done your homework, you will know how to object, demand reconsideration, and if it's a magistrate judge, then that's a whole different ballgame. Because there's a magistrate judge playlist on my YouTube channel, and we talk about the magistrate judge has no legal authority to be involved in your case without consent from all parties. And when we don't take action and hold them liable when they throw you under the bus, they're just going to keep throwing you under the bus. So what we did when the judge ordered my sister to stop filing stuff in the case and do all that, he refused to grant the restraining order. So we filed a notice of appeal. We weren't really trying to appeal. What I wanted to do, obviously, was stall for a time while we get the next step done. And we also wanted to slap the judge in the face. So when we filed a notice of appeal, everything stopped. They had to send it over there. So over there was looking at it, and they're like, dude, what are you doing? You can't tell these people they can't file stuff in a case. And how are you going to question whether or not federal court has jurisdiction when they're suing the state and the state court judge? So yeah, so the federal court was telling us, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that. And so the appeal court was sending us paperwork to go ahead and do this, but we had to pay. But we just wanted to make a point. And the point was, we're going to be ugly as hell as soon as they step on our face. So, and in some cases before, because that's where we learn how to roll. We're talking about the eliminating property tax lawsuit package tonight, and the judge dismissing one of them. And that package has been in my inventory for several years now, and this is the first time that we've had to do this. So we're gonna figure it out just like we've been doing already. Ain't nothing changed up in here. And we're going to roll without limitations. That's how we do it. I don't follow all these, their rules and all that. We don't. So when the judge shoots your stuff down, dismiss your stuff, the judge is supposed to do the same thing, provide a fact of finding and conclusions of law as to why they're doing that. And I respond to them like it's a regular, normal pleading. Just because the judge gives an order don't mean nothing. You can object to it, demand reconsideration, put your stuff in there while you're doing all of that, line yourself up for appeal if you need to, and then in the middle of that, or depending on where you are, you can file your claim against it. If you don't go after the people that are throwing you under the bus, you got crapola for the programmer. How do I deal with that? Okay. And they're kind of, Now, you can object and argue the judge's BS all day long. And if it's a magistrate judge, then you need to learn the rules for that, because the magistrate judge has no right to be in your face without consent from all parties. They will violate you until you make it ugly for them. And that's pretty much it. They will violate you until you make it ugly for them. Now, in my sister's case, these are some of the things that you should be considering to turn the heat up so they don't want to argue or don't even want to go there. In my sister's case, she added the attorney house to her claim as damages, and she served his wife as well because both of their name was on the property. And then we moved in over to federal court, and we're in federal court now. So you guys, we're suing the state, the judge, the attorney, whoever, if the judge signed on. And so the first thing that I would do if the judge dismisses for failure to state a claim is go to my YouTube channel and take a look at the How to State a Claim playlist, the video playlist on how to state a claim for relief. Take a look at the 4 or 5 videos in that playlist. There's one instructional video that breaks it down, but I would watch all of them so that you totally understand them forward and backwards. Okay. Now, once you understand that, then you can go over your filing and see if you need to make any changes to make sure that the 5 things that are in the notice of claim, how to state a claim video are in your thing. And you might note that you added these things into better state a claim and copy and paste some of the wording from the thing that you're learning from in there, so that they see that you know about it and that it's there. And that is the reason a lot of times now when you file stuff, they're going to tell you full of crap, and whoever put this together is crazy, and then tell them that the judge already took care of that, and then they had to say I was not crazy. But they're going to tell you whatever they can to get you to open your eyeballs up that big and say, oh my God, and then once they see you act like that, oh man, they'll have your ass running all over the place, doing all this extra stuff, and that you don't even, So when they see the fear, they can smell it a mile away. So it's always a good idea to do your homework before you go in there. You need to be going after whoever it is that's in your way. You do your homework. You make sure that you're stating a claim for relief. I would automatically do the thing on the judge, objection, reconsideration. And all of my packages have the reconsideration package in them. I added it to everything's free. So you have all the documents you need to do those things. And so remember, your goal is not to have the judge to rule on anything. That's not your goal. So if you guys are thinking that's your goal, that's not your goal. Your goal is to be a pain in their butt and to keep doing what you're doing to them until they go sit the hell down. That's the goal. Because to win means the judge is going to give you stuff. That ain't going to happen. As you can see, the judge is still going to try to help them. So you're going to have to learn how to address those problems. You always want to object to the judge's order, demand reconsideration, outline your objections, and why the judge is wrong, and put all the information, and all you'd be doing is just really copy and pasting information out of your lawsuit into your next document, because everything in that document is factual. Pretty much, it's all factual. I haven't had one person in several years that we've been come up with anything, show me that something that in my document, any of my documents was not factual. So, and you guys also need to remember the judge is not going to help you. And it don't matter what judge it is or where it is. They're not going to help you. So don't expect them to help you. And I think if you go in with that attitude, you'll have a better understanding of what the program is. And I'll tell you this. I tell you in the video that the judge is going to disrespect you. And I even go through what you should be doing when it happens. You should already have a plan worked out, and a document that you need to stick in their face should already almost be ready. Yeah, Boston, I like that. And that's what we're learning how to do. You don't have to be a damn defendant and get punched in the face. I can say it that way, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah, don't have to be a defendant and get punched in the face. People always tell me, well, coach, I did everything and the judge dismissed it. And I'd be like, well, it's time to do it again. I'm just saying. No, if you've done your homework and you feel like the judge is out of line, then you need to do something about it. What the hell are you going to do about it? You need to do something about it. We are learning here as we go, and we're working outside the box. So, and I'll tell you, especially with the property tax thing, we haven't had a lot of opportunities to get in, to have them from the court, do what they're trying to do now. So we're going to enjoy this. We're learning how to hold the person who signed to smash us liable. So if the judge is obstructing the administration of justice, then it's time to take action. That's pretty much how this program is lined out. Object, demand reconsideration, refuse a judge, file a claim. You have a bunch of options, and there's other options too. I don't get into everything that I know because you guys need to figure this out and be doing things that you can manage and you can handle. And it's pretty easy to think outside the box. Now, I will say that I never sue the judge for their house or none of that. I don't do that. I'll sue the attorney all day long, but it's enough going after the judge or whatever. You get to doing those kinds of things, and with the judge's house and property, they got some new laws they put out because of prisoners doing some stupid things, and so. And the fact is, there's no need, in my opinion, there's no need to be doing all that. Put yourself out there that way. Because if you're doing everything the right way, you should be at least have everything stopped. Now, the one thing that I want to remind you guys is that you're entitled to due process, even if you're a damn plaintiff. Okay, you're entitled to due process. You're entitled to have the judge be fair. You are entitled. Judge should not be obstructing the administration of justice. That's what you call it when they're jamming you up in civil court and not doing the right thing. The judges controlling rules and all of that blah, boo, ha, ha is for their club members. It's not for state citizens or anybody who don't consider themselves to be a U.S. citizen who was born in Washington, D.C. Well, nobody can be a U.S. citizen because nobody can be born in a fake corporation. So my goal is to show you guys a new path. And it's your job to make your way down that path and overcome the obstacles and stuff. Like I said at the beginning, my guarantee is I'm going to provide you with an opportunity to fight and punch. Okay, sorry. I'm going to provide you with what you need to fight. Now, how that comes out, I don't know. I'm not an attorney, but what I do know is that what they're doing is wrong. So, it depends on how much you're willing to do to make sure that they know they're wrong and you ain't having it. So, there you go. One of the things I want to remind you guys too is when you message me, and like it's been weeks later, I don't remember your stuff. I don't remember your stuff. So when you message me and you say, hey, I don't know, did I miss a step? Well, I don't know. I don't remember your stuff. I don't know what it was you did. And I don't have time to go back and read all of the text messages, see what I'm saying? So, and this is why it's very important. Like when you do communicate with me and I set up a game plan for you, particularly for people who get an online course, and we put a game plan together, or it's important to, a lot of times I will message you or email it to you so that you'll have it in writing. and you can go back and recheck it and whatever. If you have any questions, you can go back and check it, and you don't have to be calling me or messaging me every 10 minutes with questions. Everything will be in the email. So it's important now when we talk or we are communicating about a game plan for your situation or whatever, it's important to you to remember everything and get it written down, because you can't come to me in a few days or a week later or 2 weeks later and ask me for the plan again. Yeah, we got a new one, Duncan, Austin, that we are using now, and it's making a real nice splash. It's shut a few things down already, and it's on my website. It's on my website somewhere. There we go. winningcourtnow.com. So we're going to just move on and finish this up here. Let me turn this off. Oh yeah, so I got Donna mixed up too. So I have two Donnas. I got the Donnas mixed up, but it didn't take long to figure it out. So now you guys make sure that you go over the how to state a claim videos. And I would actually suggest anybody that invests in a package or anyone that's doing their own work to go to my YouTube channel and take a look at those videos on how to state a claim for relief. They tell you, and it's really easy to do. There's a few stupid things that you have to have in there, their words, because remember, they structured this program. There's a few stupid things that you have to have in there that you have to say in your document. Connect them with your stuff. So go and check those videos out. Hey, Gladstone, we're a little late getting rolling tonight. We're having some internet issues, but we're getting it done. So welcome to the show. We're about to wrap it up right now. Oh, yeah. So the question that I asked the question earlier. Why is it that the judges can't go outside? And I only got one answer, so I'm going to have to let you win, Yaz. The judges can't go outside because their head's too big. So that's my joke of the day. All right, I kept it nice. Come on now. My legal team's over there getting kind of excited. So, thank you, Gladstone. No, Gladstone is challenging. He's challenging his mortgage, alleged mortgage, illegal mortgage lien before he gets behind. So that's pretty cool. We're working on the new program. I should have several new programs. A whole list of stuff I'm working on. Well, we were just talking about the judge, and I was telling the judge can't go outside. They have to stay inside the building forever. They have to stay inside the building forever because their head's too big. Just making a joke. Anyway, guys, thank you for sharing your time tonight. I'm getting hooked up to have fiber on Monday, so hopefully next week I won't have these internet issues with my connection not being stable. So I will see you guys in the next live stream. Actually, I'll be posting a video next Wednesday or so. So you guys make sure you check that out. It is looking at all the people from New York. So thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next show.